Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do, and I'll bet it can be hard work. You know what's easy? Bundling policies with Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle your homeowner's or renter's insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you already have so much to do around your home. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. It's Geico Easy. Visit geico.com today. That's geico.com.
2 o'clock. I am Richard Dixon. This is Talk 995 and Talk995.com. The U.S. men's basketball team lost to France.
Cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
Exactly. The French, they won at the Olympics and then walked around going, we don't know what to do. We have never won before anything. We do not know how to behave. Oh, let us go smoke around pregnant women. Oh, that is what we do. Kind of sad. France did give us fits a couple of years ago, so it's not unusual. They mount a fairly decent basketball team, but, the United States is supposed to be the dream team. It's supposed to be the best we have to offer. The hell's going on? Huh? How can it possibly be that we are unable to beat the best France has to offer? We invented the damn game here.
That's 3 major losses. They lost to Nigeria. They lost to Australia. This is their first loss in the Olympics. But
yeah.
I don't even know if we're going to medal if we keep this up.
Yeah, no, that's a good question because in 2004, we got the
bronze.
At the bronze, yeah. That was America. We're number 3. We're number 3. We're number 3. So proud. So very proud. Instead of watching the Olympics, which I probably, if I am something of an Olympic freak, and I remember when they were in Australia, I would wake up in the middle of the night and turn on the TV because, they were airing stuff live, and I was able to actually just kick back, relax, and enjoy some of the live coverage of what was happening. I did the same thing when they were in London. We were off by 6 hours, so I got to watch a lot of what was going on there in the middle of the night because you're an insomniac and you wake up, you turn on the TV, and you're able to watch some swimming races and stuff like that. I've lost all interest this year when the people who are competing are just not actually excited about the name emblazoned across the front of their uniform. Then I just am like, oh, okay. Any more than I would watch, let's say, I love NBA basketball. At least I used to. If you had a really great basketball player who all he did was diss his team and talk about how he wants to get traded and how much he hates his team and how much he hates the city he's in, he's not going to play very well. You're not going to be excited about that. You're not going to look at it and go, oh, here's a guy who...
You'd have Anthony Davis, who demanded a trade from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, or you'd have Dwight Howard, who, first off insisted the coach get fired and then left anyway, So it's just really tough to get excited about these guys. I just, one of the things that you're there for is you're fighting for national pride. If you ain't got no national pride, the medals are nice, but you're there for the national pride. If you don't have national pride, you've lost it. The whole equation is thrown off. So instead, I watched the first episode of season 2 of Ted Lasso. What a great show. Have you seen the show? You watch Ted Lasso?
I don't have Apple TV.
You don't have Apple TV?
I have enough streaming services. I don't need to add in one.
I know. I wouldn't have it either, except when I bought this new phone, which was a year ago at the end of this month, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of this damn iPhone 11. They said, and you get a year of Apple TV free with that. And I thought, and I know I'm going to forget to cancel the thing, and I'll be paying you $4.99 a month or whatever. But at least it's right there on the AT&T bill, making it convenient, right? And then I got hooked on Ted Lasso. And now I'm like, okay, I'll pay for this. I'll pay for this show. And I will. I still haven't seen Greyhound, by the way. You haven't seen, really? Do you have Apple TV?
Yeah. Okay. It came with Steven's iPhone, but we ended up bundling Apple News, Arcade, all that into one. Yeah. So it comes with it now. But I'm really interested in that Schmigadoon.
Oh, that looks
with
fantastic.
Keegan-Michael Key and what's her face from SNL.
Cecily Strong. I love both of them. I'm really worried
musical.
about it. I'm worried about it because I love musicals and I love both the people involved. Keegan-Michael Key is one of the funniest human beings on the planet, in my opinion.
You mean Hingle McCringleberry?
You done screwed up. Hey, Ron. I have seen him in just a wide variety of roles. And he's great in all of them, including some straight ones that I've seen him do. And I'm just like...
He was really great in Parks and Rec, where he's this very nice teacher.
Yeah.
and he's just 100% straight. And he ends up marrying Donna, and that
yes.
and he's just like this very nice, very friendly, knows everything about everything. He's just, but doesn't really do anything funny.
Yeah.
But he just steals the scene.
The kind of guy you hate. Yeah, I like him in almost everything. I love Cecily Strong is one of the funniest people to come off of Saturday Night Live in a long time, in my opinion. She's beautiful, and she's got great comedic timing. I was very upset when they took her off of Weekend Update because I thought she brought a lot to that. But she's, always, she and, the chick I'm talking about.
Michael Shea.
No, I was talking about the other girl. She's doing T-Mobile commercials now.
Oh, Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, yeah. Two of the funniest people that have come off of that show, literally since, you got to go back to, the brain has just given up. It's Monday, obviously. I put it on hold over the weekend, and now it's just gone. It's gone forever. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Yeah, so Cecily Strong and Kate McKinnon, two of the funniest women ever. So now I'm worried because what if I watch this Schmigadoon and it's not good? I'm going to be really angry.
I highly doubt it won't be good.
I'm going to be peeved. But yeah, if you watch Ted Lasso, you'll like it. The whole first season, they're doing that thing. They're doing what they're doing with Loki, or what they did with the Loki, where they only roll out one episode
I think
a week.
that's smart.
I think so too, because it does kind of create appointment viewing, but it also got me behind with Loki. I've only watched 4 episodes.
Yeah, so two more, and the fifth one's a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be watching it tonight, as a matter of fact, with any luck. And then, but I will. Yeah, it's every Friday the new Ted Lasso drops, and I'll get to watch it. You will not believe how invested in this guy you get. If you've never seen it, you'll never believe how invested and how it's funny and it's very touching and it's just everything you want a sitcom to be, with no laugh track and none of that stuff. And you really you like spending time with these guys. I'll tell you, it's one of the few shows that I can honestly say that I have fallen in love with. Although I did fall in love with WandaVision, I got to give you props for that as well. 207 and Dave is in Remlap. Dave, you're on Talk 99.5. What's going on, man?
Hi, Richard.
Howdy.
Yeah, I am definitely opposing everything you've said about this virus. And what I just heard was one of the representatives from the state of Oklahoma. They have the State House in Oklahoma, and I think the governor has already signed it, that everybody in the state of Oklahoma is going to get it whether they like it or not. And this guy divulged all the information that every state trooper across the country is in on this, and they're going to bottleneck everybody. Everybody's going to get it whether you like it or not.
No, there's no mechanism. There's zero mechanism for that. Where are you getting this news?
The underground real news.
All right, you've told me everything I need to know, David. Thank you for the call. You don't need to be taken seriously, ever. Yes, state troopers are in on it, and they're going to start pulling you over and loading you into vans. Yeah, that's going to happen. God bless you, David. There was a time when I used to get angry at stuff like that, and now I just go, oh, you've got a really rough life ahead of you. It's a little bit like Alex Jones. I've said it time and time again. If you're going to be Alex Jones, at some point you have to be right about something, just anything. You have to be correct about it. You cannot continue to float these conspiracy theories, have them not work out in any way, shape, or form, and then when the next, crisis presents itself, come up with another conspiracy theory that can be dismissed wholeheartedly because you've been wrong so many times. You got to be right at some point. How many times has the underground news been right? I mean, Alex Jones was one of the guys who was pushing the whole concept of the New World Order with the UN marching across the country and the dots on the backs of highway signs being used to give directions to UN troops when they came to enforce the New World Order. This was back in the 2000s this guy was pushing this. And I'm like, okay, it's been 20 years. Where are the UN troops, Alex? Oh, it didn't happen? What a shock. You were wrong again. And you know what? When nobody gets pulled over and people aren't being herded into vans, and the governor of Oklahoma isn't forcing everyone in that state to get. By the way, the Republican governor of Oklahoma is not going to force everybody in the state of Oklahoma to get a COVID vaccine. It's not going to happen. And there is, once again, no legal mechanism by which you can make that work. But when all that happens, Dave is just going to go, that didn't work out because we exposed it. But here's the next conspiracy theory that I have that we're going to fall into. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. God bless you. Look, I've heard from so many people, including people that I like and people who I respect, who have said, I'm not getting that vaccine. I don't know what's in it. Okay, you ate a hot dog, though. I mean, and just saying that you're not going to eat the vaccine because you don't know what's in it. Do you know what's in the flu vaccine? Do you have any idea what was in those childhood vaccinations you got? You had to have a little blue card before you could go to school. Do you have any idea what was in there? No, you didn't know about any of that stuff. And yet you got the vaccines, and here you are, still alive to tell the tale. Do you know what's in the I saw another meme yesterday. Polio and smallpox were not defeated through natural immunity. They were defeated through vaccination. I don't know of any disease in my lifetime that was cured or done away with through natural immunity. I'm 57, and I don't think there's a single disease in my lifetime, or even going back 20 years before that was done away with or reached herd immunity without the help of vaccines. I can't think of one. So, this is not some sort of overwhelming news flash. This is reality, and it shouldn't scare people. It's the dihydrogen monoxide crap all over. Dihydrogen monoxide kills people. More people die from inhaling dihydrogen monoxide every year. Yes, it's water. It's water. Of course it kills. But you inhale water, you're going to die. You're drowning. It's called drowning, okay? And yet you can find this available in every school across the country. Yeah, because it's water. Everybody stop freaking out. It's 2:12. We'll take a quick break, come back. More of your calls, 545-9950, 844-455-9950. Back in a moment. It's 2:17. I am Richard Dixon. This is Talk 995 and Talk995.com. My lawyer is Chuck Davis, ChuckDavisLaw.com on the World Wide Web. You can trust that Chuck is going to treat you right with that initial consultation costing you absolutely nothing, so you can get in contact with him. 823-9992. No representation is made that the legal services provided or superior legal services provided by their attorneys. And then you get to go meet with him, not a minion, not some underling. You're actually meeting with Chuck Davis, telling him your story at no cost to you. And then, being a good general practice lawyer, he can tell you whether or not you got a case. Or you could do something as simple as just put his number in your phone, 823-9992. Use him for your will, $99 simple wills right now. Use him for probate. Use him for maybe divorce, custody, contracts. Or you could just contact him about what I said, an accident, wrongful death, a medical malpractice, slip and fall case, automobile. Somebody's treating you wrong, and you want him to act right, and you need a good lawyer. Chuck is the guy, 823-9992, or online at chuckdavislaw.com. He is my lawyer. He should be your lawyer. Dave is in Woodstock with an answer to the big stupid question of the day, which I will not repeat, but I can't wait to hear your answer. A lot of answers online, very few on the phone, none so far, really. So your answer to the big stupid question, what do you got?
I'm going to get the same answer I put online. Uses a lot of energy.
Uses a lot of energy. That would make a certain amount of sense, yes. I would know about using a lot of energy because I got my electric bill last week.
Yeah,
anyway.
me too.
Yeah,
I'll speak about her because she's no longer around. So.
Wow. Alrighty then. Yeah.
We were talking about my ex the other day. I mean, we divorced and sort of got back together after she divorced husband number 2, and unfortunately she had some medical problems. So, her mother, we buried her mother yesterday, and she lived to be 93.
So her mother was dead when you buried her, just to be
clear. Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I was worried for a second there.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, we buried her right next to my ex-wife. So anyway, but yeah, talking about the conspiracy theorist earlier about the dihydrogen monoxide. I used to work with that a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, and it can definitely kill you. And in this day and time, if the liberals knew, they'd be wanting to ban it. So
yeah, we got to kill that stuff. We got to get it out of schools. My God, man, what we need? I'll tell you what we need: Brawndo. Rondo's
It's
got
what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes. That's what it is. Thank you, Dave. Do you mean water, like from the toilet? It's 2:20, and here is a BA on a cell phone. BA, you're on Talk 99.5. What's going on?
Richard, Miss Crystal, good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day, sir.
I
said good day.
Yeah, David's doing a good job on the bumpers. You played my favorite ELO song and my favorite Zeppelin song.
Well, I cannot
So
take
pretty cool.
credit because this playlist was put together by one Crystal Dixon.
That's right. These are all Crystal's
Yeah.
choices.
I like it that.
This is a
Great minds think
musical
alike.
representation of myself.
There you go.
The Traveling Wilburys. I think I mentioned this to you before, Richard. I saw ELO in Nashville at Bridgestone about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And George Harrison's son, he had his band opened up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks just like him. And he sang that Traveling Wilburys in the line, and he sang his father's parts. It was great show. Great show.
Yeah, I bet. I
And
can imagine.
Y'all are really good together too. You remind me and my daughters when you disagree, but like stuff y'all talking about the cops, but you're still kind of funny about it and giggling. That reminds me of my daughter. She's coming to see me tonight.
I don't
yay.
giggle. I am not a giggler. I take offense to that, sir.
Crystal was giggling.
Oh, okay. All right. Had me worried there for a second.
Okay, I got a big stupid answer.
No. All right, hit me.
All right, I'm going to address this directly to you as though I'm speaking to you, which
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
Richard,
Yes.
you should really come by and check out my man cave. There's plenty
All
of
right.
room.
Okay.
See
That'll
you
be
later.
enough
Both
of
sides.
that. Thank you, BA. That's why we're not repeating the question, you see. If you want to find the question, you got to go online, and that just saves us trouble from the FCC. I am Richard Dixon. This is Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. Let's talk about some of the other issues that are in the news today. I'm going to hold on to this one until after the news because it deserves a little more time and attention. But you got a couple over there. Larry Elder. Larry Elder is a talk show host out of Sacramento in California. He's an African-American gentleman. And he decided to throw his hat into the ring for the Newsom recall. Newsom, by the way, was he just ended up in front of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and they ruled that his attempt to ban in-person learning for private schools was unconstitutional. You got a real problem when the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals says your plan was unconstitutional. You may have gone beyond the pale at that point. It may go to the Supreme Court, but I'm pretty sure they'll uphold this one. This is the second or third time that Gavin Newsom has lost in federal court, about his COVID regulations. The first time had to do with churches. The concept was if you could put together, 50% capacity for other businesses, there's no reason why churches couldn't be at 50% capacity, but he was absolutely dead set against that and was enforcing it with jackbooted thugs. And the Supreme Court said, no, you may not do that. Churches are treated the same as everybody else, except we don't tax them. And then he had a problem with a mask mandate, and that may have just been L.A. County, so I don't want to step out of bounds with that. Anyway, so Larry Elder filled out the paperwork and put in the paperwork in time to be a part of this recall situation where they're going to vote, A, do we want Newsom to go away? Yeah, probably. And then who would we prefer? And then there's a whole litany of candidates underneath it. Larry Elder said, I'd like to be one of those. And they rejected his petition and they would not say what it was wrong with his paperwork. And Larry's like, we followed everything to the T. This doesn't make any sense. We filed all of our tax returns, everything that was necessary. What's the deal? He took him to court, and guess what? Larry won. So Larry Elder will be on the ballot for this recall. I don't know if it's going to do him any good. Caitlyn Jenner is on there as well, and a whole host of people that you've never heard of. Nonetheless, we'll keep you apprised of the situation. First news now. You know, a Styx concert is a beautiful thing because, you know, they faithfully reproduce this sound on stage when you see them. There's nothing worse than going to see a band and they're like, we're going to do a different version of your favorite song. You're like, I don't want to hear a different version. I want to hear that version. That's, yeah.
Styx and Jeff Lynne's ELO are tied for best concert for me.
Wow. Well, you're very young.
I'm going to have to say Mandatory Fun Tour, Weird Al, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is a ball of energy that never stopped and was just highly entertaining.
Okay. I got a bunch of favorites. I don't know that I can.
When I saw Metallica, it's amazing because it was just this giant screen and the four of them. And it was just.
That's called a movie, David. That's
no.
You were
They
confused.
were in front.
You were at a.
It was like Last Action Hero. They had the tickets and they were outside.
They actually walked out of the movie screen. That's how good they were. 232 Talk 99.5 and Work Trucks is downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South. Work Trucks with an X, LLC.com on the World Wide Web. When you go visit their website, you'll find, you know, what they call doorbuster specials, but the reality is they always have a bunch of stuff available at great low prices. Don't limit yourself to the two that you see on the front page. You can actually go check out their inventory and see. You may see something you hadn't even thought of. You go, I absolutely got to have a tool body. Wait a minute, a van might be better. Hold on, I didn't think about this. What if I got a van and I put a ladder rack on it? They put this package in the back. Now you got a completely different set of circumstances, huh? They can make that happen for you at Work Trucks. They've got, you can trade, finance, get an extended warranty, of course. Every single truck has been through a 120-point inspection and has been painted white and is ready for your logo. Find them online at worktruckswithanxllc.com or visit the Southeast's #1 pre-owned work truck dealer downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they are all about trucks. Michael is in Thorsby. Michael, you're on Talk 99.5. What is on your mind?
I got a big, stupid answer.
I cannot wait to hear it.
Extremely large on the inside.
And there's another version of that. Okay, thank you, Michael. We got you. Yeah, okay. Not giving you the question. Again, you'll have to go to Facebook to find that. So, this from Yellowhammer News. Our good friend Dale Jackson writes for them, but he didn't write this piece. Last week, Tarrant City Councilman Tommy Bryant drew immense public backlash after his use of a racial epithet in the midst of a heated exchange during a council meeting. First off, I've seen the video on this and I've heard it, and I don't think it was technically a heated exchange. I think this is a mischaracterization. What Tommy said was, is there a house N-word here? And there was actually a little bit of tittering, which I found odd. And then somebody was like, oh, yeah, see that. And you could not really hear them because they weren't mic'd. And Tommy said, well, that's what the mayor called so-and-so, referring to this specific female. That's what he called her last week. Now, we don't know that that's true or not, because if the mayor did say that, it was behind closed doors rather than in a public meeting, okay? But the idea that and the way this is being sold is that Bryant just sort of broke out the N-word in the middle of an argument with somebody and called somebody in front of him an N-word, and so they're calling for his dismissal. And I just don't. That's not true. Okay, that's now you can be your own judge about whether or not this still means that he should resign. But let's make sure that we have the true facts of the case involved. But here's the thing that really gets to me about this. You've read Harry Potter, I trust? You've read Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
David has read Harry Potter, and you've seen all the movies.
I've not seen the movies. I got frustrated because the movies were leaving so much out. I was just like, I'm not going to watch the movies.
They don't leave out any of the important stuff, though.
They left out some really cool stuff. They left out
did.
Spew.
No question. No question. They left out. But, those books are really long. I don't know if you know this or not.
There's this new medium called Netflix Limited Series.
That's true. They could start all over and remake them, and then maybe you'd watch them.
Which I think they will in about 20 years.
Maybe less. Anyway, in the first book, you're getting a lot of he who must not be named. He who must not be named. You hear a lot of that. And it kind of continues through many of these. And what does Dumbledore say about that when Harry brings up he who must not be named? Anybody remember? Anybody?
He says, don't do that. Say his name. You're giving him more power.
By not using his name, you give him more power. You give that name more power. You know, this is the way I feel about the N-word, that we can't even use it clinically. We can't say, did you hear what this guy did? He called that guy and there's no way I'm going to say it because I'll be thrown off the air by a woke mob overnight. It concerns me that we've reached a point in society where there's a word that we can't say even when it's being used in a clinical conversation. Because now the word is filled with although you can use it in a rap tune, apparently. Did you know that?
Not if you're white.
No, not if you're white. Vanilla Ice could never get away with that.
No.
Yeah. Is Vanilla Ice still rapping, by the way? Or
I surely hope
He's got a construction show on HGTV.
Good.
Oh, yeah, he
Good.
does.
He found himself another gig. Good for you, Rob Van Winkle. Well done. I can't help it. Look, I've always, and I've said this multiple times on these airwaves, I've always been a little flummoxed by the whole, look, we've got tens of thousands of words in the English language, and we've got this group over here that you can't use. And no one should say these ever because they're bad words. What? Yeah, these are terrible words. No one should say them. So we say things like the F word and the S word. And the fact is, I could use words that mean the same thing, but I cannot use those words on these airwaves. Who was the almighty decision maker there that was like, oh, no, that one's so bad we can never say it? I just find that weird.
Our friends at the freaking FCC.
The freaking FCC. I don't know. I just never understood that concept that we've decided that those are the bad ones. There's 4 or 5 of them. George Carlin referred to the 7 dirty words, but a couple of them were compound words and versions of other words. Plus, there's at least one that has been used with great regularity on the airwaves, even on the commercial airwaves like on network in the recent past, that I was just like, well, I guess you have to strike that one off the list of 7. I won't tell you what it is, but...
Can we just start blurting out curse words?
Sure, go ahead.
Let's guess.
See how long that lasts. But, yeah. That and then, that we have reached a point. There was a time even within my radio career, the last 20 years, I would say, in talk radio, where I could say the N-word if I was referring to it in clinical terms, where I could say no one should ever use this word blank in a pejorative sense. It is an incorrect use of the word, and it should never be used. Don't call people that. That's a terrible thing. But now you can't even do that because we've now imbued the word with such astounding power that you have a guy who says, this is what the mayor said the other day. Now, Tommy claims that he was there when it happened. I don't know whether he was or not, but Tommy Bryant claims that he did exactly that. And that the mayor said this. The mayor, by the way, is African American. The mayor of Tarrant, and Bryant says, he was basically, I think, calling the mayor to task for using that term, but all the attention seems to be focused on Tommy having used the word in reference to the mayor's use of it during a city council meeting in the city of Tarrant. So I look at it and say, well, whatever it was you were trying to achieve, Tommy, you screwed it up badly. If your goal was to cast aspersions on the mayor, you done it wrong. You done screwed up, Ron. Honestly, this is not rocket science. Don't use the word that you are accusing someone else of using in this day and age and expect that it's, anyway. When asked if he plans to resign, Brian says, oh, absolutely not, absolutely not. I may consider running for mayor next time. The mayor also had a falling out with the police chief. The police chief is suing him for damage to his arm. I guess a door got slammed on him or something of that nature. There was an argument about why don't we hire more minorities. This is like within the first 2 hours of the mayor being in office, and he called the police chief and brought him in and asked him why there aren't more minorities being hired, and the police chief said, I don't look at people's color, I look at their qualifications, which was not good enough for the mayor, and so he pushed, apparently, the police chief out of the office and then slammed the door on him and injured his arm. Police chief left that day, by the way, never went back to work. He said, I've worked for him for exactly 2 hours, and I don't intend to continue to work for the man anytime soon. So that's where we stand on that issue. We'll see. Tarrant is it's classic small town politics, man. You're from a small town, David. Here, right? And Jasper, of course.
Cordova's even smaller.
Cordova's even tinier. Have you ever seen the small town political syndrome where a guy gets elected to some small office? And I mean, it's a city council member of a town of 2,000 people or 5,000 people or something like that. And suddenly this guy thinks he's a mafia don, you know?
Thinks he does everything.
Yeah. And people should bow down and respect him, and he can get away with all kinds of things because he's a, quote, city leader. I have seen this happen so many times. I just look at those people and I'm like, oh, I'm so embarrassed for you. You think your little city council seat is important. The rest of us know it's not. It's just, oh, God bless you. And I think Tommy Bryant is in that position, and I think the mayor of Tarrant is in that position, too. EC is in Hueytown. EC, you're on Talk 99.5. What's up?
Hey, good rainy afternoon, Richard.
Rainy where you are, not raining here yet. We've had a little bit of thunder, but, we're holding out good thoughts.
Drowning over here. But anyway, Richard, just real quick about the N-word. A few months back, I was on Facebook, and I was looking under items for sale, whatever, and it come across something I got interested in. So, you can click on the person's profile, and you can see who's who and what they got for sale and whatever. Anyway, I click on this guy, and he turns out he's black, okay? And I read down there, he's got his friends and all there. And then there's got all these chats that they've had amongst themselves, and they use the N-word constantly on it, like more than one sentence. And it had an A on the end of it, you know what I mean? And I'm just wondering, why doesn't Facebook pull them for that if it's so such an offensive word to use? Why is it that he gets to use it and his friends and his other friends?
It is only offensive to use that word if you are white, according to Facebook.
So I can call you a peckerwood and an ofe all day, just so you know.
I'm just curious. That's the truth. Is that according to, there's no legal terms.
I find it fascinating that, once again, we're just arbitrarily deciding, okay, well, if you're black, you can use it and it's not offensive. If you're white, you cannot use it, even in a clinical sense, because it's offensive no matter how you use it. If you ever bring it up, even if you say, don't say blank, well, then you've used it wrong and you're never allowed to. So I hope we...
Though, Richard, they use it on that one page I looked at, and I said, that's it for me. I don't.
You'd had quite enough. I'll have you know, EC, that I am now the proud owner of a Buc-ee's shirt. My daughter picked it up for me when she was at Buc-ee's the other day. So even though I've never been there, I can still represent with the Buc-ee's brand on my shirt.
I was going to quit talking about Buc-ee's, but now you brought up Buc-ee's. I'll keep talking about Buc-ee's. Is it one of them green ones?
It's yellow, and it's got the Buc-ee's logo repetitively placed on it. It's very nice.
It's like a Low Country Boil style shirt, so it's got like corn and hot sauce and lobsters.
I got one. Daughter got me one that says Leeds, Alabama. I don't know if you've seen them. Green, real pretty. I'll be wearing it to New York here in about 3 or 4 weeks, and
excellent.
I'll let you know when
you're going to New York. I'm glad to hear it. That's fantastic. Oh wait, are you coming back?
Well, I don't know. I'm planning to go to U.S. Open tennis the first week of it, 2-week tournament, and I'm planning on it unless they start this mask mandate junk and 50% capacity, 25% capacity, or whatever in the stadium. Right now it's 100%, but they start screwing around.
That'll do it.
Try to unload them.
All right.
Try to unload the tickets. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you for the call. There's EC. Got to take a break. We'll come back, wrap this thing up, hand it off to Andrew McLean, who is in for Leland Live today. Stick around. 250. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. A big, happy, and healthy 78th birthday to Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger, 78 years old today. He's the same age as the President of the United States, and I would trust him with the nuclear codes over Joe Biden any day.
Mick doesn't act like he's 78. He's up there dancing around and doing everything.
Yeah.
He's still got a bunch of energy. I don't know if it's the cocaine.
Well, I don't think he's on the cocaine anymore, although he can afford more of it nowadays. If he were on cocaine, his heart would have exploded a long time ago. So I guess it's just all that clean living. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Charlie Watts is older. Charlie Watts is 80, and they're still touring this year. They're actually in the United States of America, embarking on a tour this year. I've seen them. I loved them. I have no intention of going back to see them again. I think once you've seen them, and I saw them when their bass player, Wyman, Bill Wyman, was with them. So I kind of got to see the whole crew, and it was a fantastic show. So, no, I'm not going to go back and see them again and risk having that screwed up. What if it turns out to be terrible? That'll be the memory I'll be stuck with. Here is Chub Father on a cell phone. What's up, brother?
What's happening, man? Hey, listen, so if people get the Rona now, the people who aren't getting vaccinated, they get the Rona, right? Don't we still achieve the same goal of herd immunity? I mean, what's the numbers on people who have already had the Rona getting it again versus people who have already been vaccinated and getting it again? I mean, as long as a bunch of people don't die, isn't that just like getting the dang vaccine? Doesn't it serve the same purpose?
Certainly the goal is to not have a whole bunch of people die. That would be high on the list, right? This Delta variant seems to spread a little bit faster. The thing about it is, it's a little bit, I equate it with lighting a backfire. If you can run the damn thing out of fuel, there's no one to jump to, you know? It reaches a point where it's going to die with you. You're not going to die, but it's going to die in you because, the vaccine has killed it or because your natural immunity killed it. And we would get there a whole lot faster and a lot fewer people would suffer if more people got vaccinated. And again, I'm not pushing anybody. Everybody's got to make their own decision. I will say I look at our numbers in Alabama and go, I'm a little embarrassed that we're at the absolute bottom of that heap. We can't do better than this. But then again, we've always been free-thinking, independent people who are like, don't tell me what to do.
Right. And we're at the bottom of the list of so many other things that, I mean...
No. We're second from the bottom.
Yeah, no, Mississippi is saving us from that.
We're actually at the bottom with this one, which is a little depressing. But there you have it. What are you going to do?
Hey, man. Yep. Right on. Well, that was just my thought on it. So,
thank you,
brother. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it. Take care. Herd immunity will be achieved one way or the other, but generally it'll speed it up and get there a whole lot faster if you do it with vaccination. Nestle Toll House takes its seasonal offerings to the next level with all new cookie doughs and morsels and more flavors.
Really?
In celebration of the fall of 2021. New Nestle Toll House PB&J cookie dough. Combination of peanut butter cookie dough and sweet strawberry flavored pieces. New Nestle Toll House pumpkin spice cookie dough speaks for itself.
Yes.
New Nestle Toll House pumpkin spice latte flavored morsels and more, so you can put those into your favorite cookies. New Nestle Toll House cinnamon roll cookie dough. Cinnamon sugar cookie dough mixed with naturally flavored cream cheese pieces, so it tastes like cinnamon rolls. New Nestle Toll House Trick or Treats cookie dough. Indulgent fudge cookie dough topped with festive Halloween sprinkles. And last but not least, Nestle's Toll House M&M's Ghouls Mix Sugar Cookie Dough. A sweet sugar cookie dough with colorful Ghouls Mix M&M's. Up in their game at Nestle with more cookie dough. Go get some today. Okay, that's it for us. I am out of here. Leland returns tomorrow. Andrew McLean in for Leland Live today. I'll be back at noon tomorrow. Talk at you then, Richard Dixon. Bye-bye now.